Deep beneath the bustling streets of Paris lies a world unlike anything you've ever imagined. A labyrinth of tunnels stacked with the bones of 6 million people. But what secrets are buried down there? And why did one man's camera capture something so chilling that it's never been explained? The Paris Catacombs aren't just a historical site. They're a portal into something darker. For centuries, this eerie underground world has fascinated and terrified explorers, historians, and thrill-seekers alike. But what if I told you that this place holds mysteries we still can't solve? Today, we'll uncover the hidden history of the catacombs, the dangers of venturing too deep, and the haunting story of a camera found abandoned in the darkness. At first glance, the catacombs seem like just another historical landmark, a quirky tourist attraction with an unsettling edge. But the truth is far more sinister. Why did 18th century Paris resort to using its underground quarries as a mass grave? And how have these tunnels become a hotspot for mysterious disappearances and unexplainable phenomena? To understand the catacombs, we have to go back in time, to the very moment Paris decided to bury its dead beneath its feet. In the late 1700s, Paris faced a growing problem. Its cemeteries were overflowing. The infamous Cemetery of the Innocents was so packed with bodies that the ground itself became unstable. Residents complained of the unbearable stench and the spread of disease. The solution? A massive underground burial project. The Parisian authorities began transporting remains from overcrowded cemeteries into the city's abandoned limestone quarries. These quarries, originally mined for stone, used to build Paris itself, became the resting place for over 6 million people. Workers painstakingly arranged the bones in walls and patterns, creating what we now know as the catacombs. But this wasn't just a practical solution. It was a transformation of death itself into something disturbingly beautiful. Stretching over 200 miles, the catacombs are a maze of narrow tunnels, dead ends, and chambers. Tourists only have access to a small, curated section. Beyond that lies a forbidden zone, off-limits to the public, yet irresistible to urban explorers. This hidden world is known as the unofficial catacombs, or simply the cataphiles domain. Entire maps of the underground exist, made by those who have spent years navigating its depths. But even with a map, it's perilously easy to get lost. There are stories of explorers who ventured too far, only to never return. One of the most chilling involves an abandoned camera. In the 1990s, a group of cataphiles exploring the off-limits catacombs stumbled upon something strange. Lying in the dirt was a camcorder, its battery long dead, but its tape intact. Intrigued, they took it back to the surface and watched the footage. What they saw was deeply unsettling. The tape showed the perspective of a lone explorer walking deeper and deeper into the catacombs. At first, it seemed like a typical exploration. Narrow passages, endless walls of bones. But as the footage went on, the man's breathing grew heavier, his movements more frantic. He began to run, panicking, his flashlight darting around wildly. The video ended abruptly. The man was never found. To this day, no one knows what caused him to panic or why he abandoned his camera. Some say he got lost and succumbed to the darkness. Others believe he saw something he couldn't explain. It's not just ghost stories that make the catacombs dangerous. The air quality can be poor, with pockets of carbon dioxide that can cause disorientation or even suffocation. The tunnels are cold, damp, and often unstable. And then there's the psychological toll. Being surrounded by bones in total darkness can play tricks on your mind. Urban explorers or cataphiles have shared countless tales of eerie experiences, strange sounds, shadowy figures, and the overwhelming sensation of being watched. Some dismiss these as tricks of the mind, but others believe the catacombs are haunted by the spirits of those buried there. The catacombs have also been a backdrop for crime. In 2017, police discovered a fully functioning cinema set up in one of the forbidden chambers. It included a screen, seats, and even a bar. The people behind it were never identified. There have also been reports of secret parties, occult rituals, and illegal activities hidden in the depths. One infamous story involves the disappearance of two teenagers in the 1980s. Their bodies were discovered 11 years later, deep in the tunnels. To this day, no one knows how they got there, or why they couldn't find their way back. But perhaps the most enduring mystery of the catacombs is what they represent. Are they simply a practical solution to a centuries-old problem? Or are they a reminder of humanity's fragile relationship with death? Every skull, every femur tells a story that's been silenced by time, and yet the catacombs whisper to those who dare to listen. They remind us of our mortality, of the thin line between the world of the living and the dead. And if you ever decide to explore the catacombs, ask yourself this: what would you do if your flashlight went out? Would you find your way back? Or would you become part of the catacombs' endless secrets? The Paris catacombs are more than just an underground graveyard. They're a labyrinth of history, mystery, and danger. From their origins as a solution to overcrowded cemeteries to their role as a modern-day curiosity, they continue to captivate and terrify. But for every story we know, there are countless others we'll never uncover. Subscribe for more untold mysteries, or check out the next video. It's just as haunting.